Hello, in this video we're gonna speak about trend lines, how you're gonna build this, how you're gonna trade this, and all other things. And before we start, I'm gonna tell you why do you need this video at all. The first thing that you can build your strategy on breaking up the trend lines or going in the same direction as a trend line. The second thing, you can understand how to lead your position, like knowing basics rules of trend lines. And the third one of why do you need this video at all, it's just the whole understanding where we're going to do and where we're gonna go. So I think you need this video, you need this understanding of trend lines, how do they work. And before we start, I'm gonna tell you, subscribe on my channel, write your comments. If you have any questions, you can freely write them down and I try to answer all them. And also push the like button. I like that so much. So yeah, we're gonna start. So there are a few types. Basically, there are three types of trend lines. So the first one is uptrend. The second one is a downtrend, and the third type of trend, not a trend line as I started before, is a flat. So let's discuss each of them. And before, we need to know some general rules. The first rule that you need 2 points. To build any trend line, you need 2 points. So you see 2 points, you can make a trend line from it. So it's uptrend. If you see 2 points, you can make a downtrend. And if you see 2 points on the same level, you can make a flat, basically. Now you can turn off the video and that's all, basically. No. So it was the main things. And what is point actually? The point is the position of a price in the chart where our direction was changed. For example, let's take a look onto this chart and we see that our trend was like a downtrend and it was become flat, and in this point the direction of the price was changed, so it was like down, and in this point it turns and starts to going up. And every point where you see that price changed its direction, it's a point which you consider to build your trend line. And you should use the most significant points, so you don't have to look so like hours and hours to find that points to make a trend line. It should be obvious, even to your grandma. It should be obvious and pretty understandable. At first, we're gonna start with uptrend, how to build this trend line. So start with the general rule, you need at least 2 points, and you have to pay attention on how lows and highs are working. So when you see that every low is higher than a previous one and every high is also higher than a previous one, it should be an uptrend, like in this. So and then you take some significant points, at least 2, where price changed its direction. Let's take a look closer. So in this exact point, price direction was changed. Yeah, you see this reaction, and we have the first point. Then it goes up, 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 and there was the second point. You may say that this one also point, this one also, and this and this and this, and I agree with you. And for example, if I don't see all this situation and I see only this, I can make like something like that, but it's so short. But I use like most significant ones, and there are just several types how you can make your trend lines. How you should consider the point. Is the point that tail of a candle, or it's the body of a candle? it's up to you, because I actually use the body, so it means the open or close price of the candle. Some people use the tails, so this one of these candle bars, but I prefer use body, because I think that is the more important price where in which the bar was closed. So, but it's up to you. You have to make your back test. You have to test the strategy for yourself. I'm only sharing how do I use it on my own practice. So we have 2 points. Our highs and our lows are getting higher and higher, and this is our uptrend. You should also understand that in this move there are 2 moves. So there are 2 moves. There is move of the price in the same direction as the trend goes. So it's a trend move, let's say. So it's uptrend. So this move, it's in the same direction as a trend. And we have also moved in the opposite direction as a trend is. So in this particular part of the chart, let me show you. In this particular part of the chart, price was going down, and by the way, it also was uptrend, and we call these parts where price go down and our trend is uptrend. Basically, these parts is a correction move, in the second part of our move. And we usually build so we can make a construction. So it's our basic move and correction, our basic move and correction. And pay attention that every correction goes to the previous highs of the move. Okay, it's not always so in the chart, but it's usually. And let's take a look to a downtrend. Here we have a downtrend. What are rules? The first rule is, as always, you have to have 2 points, 2 significant points at least. For our downtrend, you have to notice that every high is lower than a previous one. Yeah, they're lower and lower, and every low is lower and lower than a previous one. Okay, so and that's mean that you have a downtrend here, and there are the same moves, 2 moves. Let's make them. So there is move into towards the trend, it's a main move, and then we have a correction. Then we have main move and a correction, main move and a correction, and so on. As you see on the chart, it's not like in a book, so it's it's a bit in another way not so clear, but you have to figure out it. Okay, and so it was our downtrend. And let's take a look on the flat. Flat, it's you also can build one line. You have 2 points here and 2 points here, but your trend line, it's not in angle, it's flat. It's like a line, like a level. It's 2 levels. You can't say our price is going up or down. Our prices are in the range, and there is no higher highs and lower lows or something like that. There is highs in the same level, and all the lows are in the same level. So it's a flat, it's a range. There is no particular trend, uptrend, downtrend. So it's a third type, it's flat. And let's so now we know that there are 3 types of trend lines, and there are 3 types of trend. There is first our uptrend, higher highs, higher lows, our downtrend, lower highs, lower lows, and there is a flat or range, highs and lows. Every high and every low are on the same level, so it's like basically 2 levels. And you can understand also that these trend lines, you can build it on any time frame, because there are general trends and there are local trends. What I mean by general trends, it's trends which you can notice on our charts, for example, like 1 day or 1 month, something like that. You just open your chart on a 1 day time frame and try to build any trend line. Yeah, let it be like this. So also good. Yeah. And so we have like general trend, it's downtrend. And if we look closely, for example, 5 minute chart, you will see here it was like a range, I think. Yeah. And locally we have range, something like this, but you have to make closer view. Yeah, you are in flat. So you have to also understand that, for example, if you have a local trend the same as a global trend, so and there are, for example, uptrends, it's good to open long positions, and it's not a good idea to open short positions. If you have, for example, let me write it for you here. If you have, we have like general, let it be G, and L, it is local. If you have general trend up and local trend up, it's okay for you, it's good for longs, and not good for shorts, not shorts at all. If we have general trend down and local trend down, it's okay for shorts and no way longs. If you have general trend up and you have local trend down, it's okay for shorts, but in a short term, in a short period, because our global trend is high, it's uptrend. If we have their general trend down and local up, it's okay for longs, but in a short term, but you have to make a preference to short positions. If you have like some long uptrend or downtrend in a general view, and in a local time frames you have something like flat, it's okay for both positions, it's up to you. So yeah, we're gonna know also about trends, and we how to trade. The second question is how to trend, how to use your knowledge in all of these. The first one I already showed you, is to trade with your trend. For example, you understand that in an uptrend, every correction goes to the previous high. You buy, you open your long position near the trend line in the next correction, understanding that it was near the previous high, put your stop loss under the trend line and open buy position. The same you can tell about downtrend. For example, let's open our downtrend chart, and there is our move. Down main move and correction, downtrend move and correction, downtrend and correction, and so on. And here we can make our trend line, and we notice that every correction, yes, it goes to the previous lows. Yeah, this. So this correction go to previous low of the price, correction go to the previous low of the price. You can open your short position near the trend line, so here in this region, when you see the second point, so you can tell that your trend line is completed. You open your short position after the correction, so correction goes to the previous high, previous low. You open your short-term position, put your stop losses somewhere like this, and you wait for your short. Okay, it's how you can use trading with the trend. And on a flat also, we can understand that better of all not to trade inside this range, but you can try. You should understand that there is range. For example, you see that here is $202 dollars were in here. So you have to, I always measure something like in middle. It will be 100 here. It will be the middle of this range, and it's okay for you to understand that when you see 2 points, it's okay. We wait for the third point, it will be here. Here is also 2 points. And here you can look for some candle models where you can see the reverse of the price, swing of the price, if you like. So here you open your buy position in this, in the lowest part of the flat, put your stop loss below this bottom, and you hold your position at least till the middle of this range, or you can try to make it longer. Okay, and the same thing on the opposite side. So you wait for the third, 2 points already done. You wait for the third. Here you notice some some candle models, and you open your short position. Stop losses here, entry price here, and you wait till the middle of the range, or you can hold longer if you wish. Of course, it's how you trade inside the range. It's like basics. I mean, it's so general, and there is a lot of videos I can make how to trade inside the range. So it for the first version, how you can use this is to trade with a trend. The second variant, the second option, how you can use this knowledge is to trend the break of structure, break of your trend line, and how do you can like notice? For example, I will take it away because it took a lot of place. So let's like make this chart clear. So we notice that here we have uptrend. Okay, we have more than 2 points, and now we see what we're gonna see here, that our highs was here and now it's here. Highs are getting lower. In an uptrend, you should remember that every high is higher than a previous high. Now you notice the first sign that the second high was lower than the previous one. Okay, let it be. And then you notice that our candles closes below the trend line. Okay, it's also bad. You can make like your decision. There is like several options how you can trade it. The first choice is to open your short position, something like there, in the half of your risk. Why in the half? I will explain in a minute. You put your stop loss here or over here. So I mean over these highs or over these highs, you can choose. It will be like over all highs, it will be more conservative way. Over previous high, it will be more aggressive way. You can like put in the middle, how you decided. Yeah. And you like hold on your position. In this particular point, you can enter in all your risk money into one position, or you can enter in half and 1.5 because we see that only highs are getting lower, and it's not a downtrend yet, but it's not an uptrend also. So we need to see that our lows are getting lower, and in this point, when we see that highs are getting lower and lows are getting also lower, we can understand that in this point our structure of uptrend was broken. In this point, you can add some risk into your position. For example, in this point, you put 50% of your risk, and here you put another 50%, and go on, hold this position on. And for example, you can put all your risk into this point and just wait. So here is the first option. The next option, how you can use this knowledge, is also break of trend line, but with a retest. What is mirror test? It's a more conservative way. It gives you more understanding, more yeah. So here we see that, like, let's take a closer look. We had a downtrend where every low is lower than previous low, and every high is lower than previous high. And what we're gonna see here, that our low was here, and now our low is here. So we have lows are getting higher, the first sign. The second sign, our candle was closed above this trend line, the second sign. And what we're gonna see next, we see that our price moves also into the direction to the trend line, and here was a retest. It's so small retest usually, and it's like more better when it takes more candles, not one. I think let it say 2 or 3, like this, and yeah. And our lows are getting higher again, and we have a retest, and you can enter this position in this way. For example, you can enter in this candle, put your put your stop about this lower. It will be conservative, aggressive way, and under this low it will be more conservative way. And wait, yeah. Or you can enter after this retest and put your stop above the retest. It will make your stop smaller. Yeah, and after you see that lows are getting higher, but it's not uptrend, when these highs will be overhide, where you will see new highs, here you can say, okay, it's a new trend, it will be uptrend. Okay, so like making a conclusion, there are 3 types of a trend: uptrend, downtrend, and flat. You can trend inside the trend, into the direction of the trend. You can trade a breaking of the trend in also several ways, with retest or without. And you can use understanding of trends just to know how to lead your in other positions. For example, consider global trends and local trends, and all the positions what you have. Yes, and it was like basics of all trading, so you have to start your analysis with trend lines, so you have to understand in which direction we are going now. And it's just my recommendation, you can use it or not. I hope you like this video. Once again, leave your comments, I really appreciate. If you have some questions, I will try to answer all of them. And I also prefer if you put your like and also subscribe and share this video with your friends who wants to know something in crypto or in trading. Thank you for the watching, and see you next time.